Hello, everyone. It's Holy Saturday, the day in between Good Friday and Easter Day. Traditionally, it's a very quiet day, and most churches don't have services on Holy Saturday. But this is a very important day in our understanding of who Jesus Christ is and what Jesus did for us on the cross and after. During this Lenten season, we've been showing you a painting by Joseph Scott, who is Doug Scott's father. Doug is our exceptional church musician here at Grosse Ile Presbyterian Church, and Mr. Scott, Joe, was an incredible artist. I'd like to tell you a little about him, then show a painting by him that you haven't seen yet, and it's all about Holy Saturday. And then, for your reflection and meditation on this day, Doug's going to play a Brahms piece. And this was the final piece that Doug's father heard Doug play live. First of all, a little bit about Joe Scott. I'm reading from some notes from Doug Scott. My father, Joseph Scott, passed from this life peaceably on September 19th, 2020, from complications due to congestive heart failure. He joins my mother, his dearest Daisy, the love of his life and wife for 67 years, who precedes him in death. Although our sense of loss is profound, we can all rejoice that Joe and Daisy are together again. What an amazing life my father had. He was born in Pittsburgh on September 1st, 1927, into a family that would grow to 6 boys and 6 girls. A whirlwind of experiences would shape his life, growing up with 11 siblings, ballet and art school, an army tour in World War II as a song and dance man in Japan, a stint as a Jesuit novitiate, time with the Ringling Brothers Circus and the Rodeo Ballet Company in Hollywood, a return to the military for a 4-year hitch during the Korean War in the Air Force. While Joe was in the Air Force in 1952, he met Daisy at a USO dance, and in 1953, they began an incredible marriage. They spent a couple of years in Florida as Joe finished his hitch and then moved to the Detroit area, eventually setting up their household in Taylor. Joe went to work as a layout artist for the Michigan Bell Yellow Pages, where he remained until he retired in 1989. His true calling, however, was as a highly original and provocative artist. After work, my father would retreat to the small basement studio. His style and technique evolved over the years to facilitate getting his endless streams of ideas into visual form. He continued to paint until just a couple of months before he died. He produced several thousand works, each instantly recognizable as a Joe Scott, with vivid colors and crisp geometric shapes. However, each one is unique, expressing a concrete idea that could nonetheless mean different things to each viewer. Joe was a scholar, a philosopher, and could talk to anyone about almost anything. He was a Zen Buddhist and was proud to have his art hanging in temples all over the world. He also loved reading and great music, which he called the true religion. His unrelenting work ethic and great humility was an admirable model for living life. He was a devoted husband and a wonderful dad. He will be greatly missed, but he lives on in spirit and in his art. Yes, he does, including this one. It is spectacular. He descended into hell. That's a phrase from one of our creeds, and it's probably the phrase in the creed that is the least understood. What do we mean that Jesus descended into hell? This is what happens on Holy Saturday, in between crucifixion and resurrection. Jesus descends into hell. What is being described here is that Jesus actually died. That Jesus just didn't breathe his last and then the next moment was raised to new not life. No, Jesus actually was dead and was buried. And this is very significant because it tells us that Jesus also defeated death itself. He descended into hell, not a place of eternal punishment in this case, but a place where dead people go. And here he is in Joe Scott's painting. First, look at the crucifixes. Look at the crucifix. See the little death symbol among them. See that mythical figure on the side. That's a centurion. It's a place of death. These are the instruments of death. Now, look down over to your left, and there's a woman crying. It is Mary Magdalene. We know from the Gospel of John that Mary was at the tomb weeping, and here's Joe's portrait of her, but look where she's looking. She's looking down, and here is Jesus under the ground, and we know it's Jesus because he's wearing a crown. He descended into hell, and death is defeated, and death is redeemed. What a great comfort to you and to me who have lost loved ones. What a great source of strength and peace for you and for me who anticipate our own death at some point in the future, hopefully the far future. It's the glorious good news before Easter Day that Jesus Christ descends into hell in order to triumph over death. O death, where is thy victory? O death, where is thy sting? Asked the Apostle Paul, depicted in Joe Scott's painting. For the next few minutes on this Holy Saturday, take a good look at this exceptional painting and hear this Brahms music and see where it takes you and see if something can't get a hold of you through this painting and through this music. That death has lost its sting. Death has lost its victory because Jesus Christ descended into hell.